So hello, many blessings out there. Thought I'd come in and tune in with you today and share a little bit about a sliver of my life, a piece of my journey that had a huge impact on the way that I've moved forward in my life. Some of the misconceptions I had at the time, as well as some of the empowering details and transformations that happened when I flipped over my motorcycle in a Mercedes car back about 3 years ago. I was really was having an amazing day. I had just kind of come clear with a challenge I was having with a renter at the time, and really had come to this clean place of learning the lessons that I felt I needed to learn, and was stepping into that place of really clearing the way of letting that person, really going through the process of evicting that person and feeling clean and clear about whatever pieces I needed to be able to feel in harmony with self, but also with humanity. But when I was going down the mountain, and I was on PCH, which is the Pacific Coast Highway, I was going about 45 miles an hour, and a car turned right into my lane, took a turn on my green light, and I had to hit straight on like this. So I was going down PCH, and it was a beautiful Saturday morning, and I see this car kind of lunge forward at the turn, stop, and hold, and there was a brown van next to me. And then this Mercedes decided to lunge and go. And when he turned, literally I had so little time. It was just a few milliseconds. And I was deciphering of what my way through this potential disaster was. And if I went right, I'd go down this deep levee into the Bay Club, this Bel Air Bay Club, huge parking lot, etc., which was not a good choice. And if I went left, I'm going to turn into this van, and I still wouldn't be able to avoid the car. So I was slamming on the brakes, and then I just heard a voice in my head, just pause, let go of the brakes, line up straight so you're straight on with this car, and then hit him straight on. So that's what I did. I nailed him straight on. Immediately, as I was being thrown off of the bike, the handlebars went like this, which I understand can often kill somebody, but it hit my pelvis, fractured my pelvis, fractured my acetabulum, my right hip, and then I flip over my bike, over the Mercedes, and at this time I'm already passed out, land on the pavement on my back, fracture the helmet, put a hole in the helmet about the size of my head. The helmet's trying to come off my head and rips and tears into my chin, where I needed about 20 stitches. I'm laying on the pavement, lying on the pavement, completely out, with an outer body experience for about an hour and a half, almost exactly an hour and a half, and then I was finally brought back to. There's a whole outer body experience. That's a whole nother story, another time. But I came back. They took me to the hospital. I was in the hospital for a few days until I could actually walk to the bathroom. Once I was able to walk to the bathroom, they sent me out. But I guess what I'd share is one of the misnomers I had, just because I'm living a spiritual life and I was actually doing a mantra. I'm constantly repeating a mantra whenever I'm in a car, whenever I'm moving, whenever I can think of it. And that protection mantra, well, that one specifically was removing obstacles. But I'm doing mantras and living a very deep, spiritually involved life. And somehow at that time I thought and believed that because I'm living this kind of life, that I somehow would be protected from these things. And I know many people in their lives have believed this, or believe because they're a good person they shouldn't have anything bad happen to them. And even though I knew that this was not really necessarily the truth, there was some flawed belief that I would be somehow supported and protected. Well, that piece, no doubt, I was supported, but protected we're not, just because we live a spiritual life or are doing mantras or on a certain mystical path, certainly does not bar us or give us a one-way out ticket from any of the obstacles or challenges that may come up in life. And if we're going into our spiritual path believing or hoping that this spiritual path will keep us from having to experience what is here on this third dimensional plane, we're mistaken. No matter who you are, what you are, some of the greatest saints in the world died of cancer at a young age. You have amazing people who are living a very conscious life, or a very giving life, a very selfless life. And they have challenging things happen to them all the time. Divorces, illnesses, anything across the board. So as you're on this path, on this journey, check in with your ego. Notice if you're trying or choosing to do this path to try to absolve yourself from the challenges, the obstacles in this 3D journey. Because then that's an ego trip, just trying to bar yourself from all of this, these challenges. The spiritual path is not going to bar us from these things. What it will do is give us opportunities and challenges. No matter where we are, who we are, we're going to be dealt challenges. The spiritual path and the dedication to integrating your meditation, integrating the spiritual teachings, what I'll say for the East, into a Western modality for us Westerners, a way that we can apply wisdom teachings into the daily life, is the transformation actually happens on how we actually receive and respond to these things, how we react to these things. So the challenge with the motorcycle and the breaking of the hip, and I didn't know if I'd be able to walk again. I didn't know, since I didn't have health insurance, I didn't know if I would be, if I was going to be completely bankrupt. I didn't know a lot of things as I was going through this process. But what I did know is I was divinely okay. What I did know is, regardless of what was happening in my body or what was going to happen in my financial plane, what was going to be the evolution of my life, I knew I was divinely supported, and that I am part of divinity, that I am part of God. That inner knowing, that inner constitution of something more than faith, just a simply knowing at a cellular level in my heart that everything was okay. No matter what was going to unfold, I trusted in that from a place of reinforcing that day in, day out for so long that it's just a natural progression in this life. And many of you have that progression going on and have that faith at some level. And it's just a continual returning that has given me that knowing. And so having that knowing didn't keep me from having this motorcycle accident, fracturing my hip, my pelvis, cutting an artery, etc. That still happened, and I've had many things happen since. But again, the peace, that inner peace within me, is what the saving grace was. That's the nugget from there. There's so many more things to share from this motorcycle accident that I had, but this is the thing. This is the piece today. It's absolutely an opportunity for all of us to continue and deepen in our spiritual journey into our conscious awakening. And just notice if there's any ego pieces judging others because they have obstacles or challenges, or even that they're reacting to it. We're all on our path. We're all on our journey. But can we have love and compassion for ourselves, for all the things that happen to ourselves and to others, and let go of the deciding mind or this ego that feels like it knows, well, if they were spiritual, this wouldn't happen to them. They wouldn't react that way. We don't know what God has in store for us, what our life has in store for us, what that piece of that motorcycle accident or that divorce or that cancer or whatever it is, what that may bring us to actually enliven, invigorate, inspire, transport, transform us into a new way of being, of living. That is the opportunity. So all of these things can become opportunities at any moment. We may be judging and cursing and swearing and pointing fingers at somebody, but all of that is consecrated if that somehow transforms into us awakening, becoming more conscious, becoming more in the now, in the moment, more dedicated to God, to humanity, growing, expanding. If we awaken to all of that, amidst whatever the judgments are, the challenges are, etc., all of the things that we may place in the negative, it becomes consecrated. It is awesome and amazing. So my bike accident, my fracture of my pelvis, my hip, my crack of my skull, my cut of my chin, of my deeper arteries into my hips and my pelvis and my sexual organs, all of that being fractured and broken actually opened up a opportunity for me to arrive and receive and awaken into a greater being called me and is me now. So whatever you're going through, whatever the challenges and obstacles are, it's an opportunity. It's all that you have to do. All the opportunity is an opportunity for you to see the beauty that you are, who you are in the midst of this, that this life is, this gift, that God is, that everyone around us is part of us. If we can see that, then all of that is just such an amazing consecration of the moment of us awakening into who we are, these beautiful beings of who we are. So, that being said, embrace what comes in, celebrate it. You may not appreciate it in the moment, but there is an opportunity to really embody the awesomeness that is underneath there. If you look back in your life, you may have seen other things in your life that didn't seem great then, but now you see, wow, if that didn't happen, if that challenge didn't happen, or that divorce, I would have never met the love of my life now. If that person didn't die, I would have never met so-and-so. If ... didn't happen, this would have never happened. So open those doorways. See from a place of Hummingbird, from this wisdom keeper who sees poetically from a wider range, that whatever is happening now is leading you to that next moment, leading to your becoming your highest potential. All you have to do is open to it and see that possibility, even though you don't know what it is. So my bike accident led to me being a greater human being, somebody who I love and appreciate more. More wisdom opened for myself. More wisdom and love opened up for myself and for many people around me. And so that was a gift to myself and to many. And so if any of you are out there who were part of my journey at that time, I thank you for the love, the prayers, the gifts that you gave me, because I am here now and I am thankful. I am grateful. So namaste to all of you and much love, many blessings on your journey.